Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Alright, in this video we'll explain about what is a graph, and coloring problems and a number of color graphics. But before that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. A graph is a representation of values connected in multidimensional space. Graphs are useful for analyzing various connections between individual data units. Mathematics graphics are an important computational tool. Graph values are called nodes, and connections are called edges. Graphs can be directed or traversal between nodes can only occur in one direction, or not directed. One direction can be passed from node to node. Graphics have important applications in networks, search engines, social networking analysis, and recommendation systems, such as those used by Amazon, Netflix, Pandora, Spotify, and YouTube. One of the most well-known graph analysis algorithms is PageRank, which is used by Google to produce search results. The graph is a presentation of data in a table which is then displayed in the form of a picture. In addition, the definition of graphics is a combination of numbers, letters, symbols, images, symbols and paintings presented in the media with the aim of providing an overview of the data from the presentation of material to the recipients of material and the process of providing information. The function of the graph is to describe data in the form of simpler figures in detail and explain the development and comparison of objects and events that are interconnected in a short and clear manner. So the conclusion is as follows. Illustrate quantitative data in a simple form but in detail. Explain the development, comparison of objects or interrelated events in a concise, solid and clear manner. Usually the graph is described as a collection of points that symbolize vertices which are connected by lines that represent sides or arrows that represent arcs. One side can connect a node with the same node. This side is called a loop bracelet. A graph coloring is an assignment of labels, called colors, to the vertices of a graph such that no two adjacent vertices share the same color. The chromatic number G of a graph Gg is the minimum number of colors for which such an assignment is possible. Other types of colorings on graphs also exist, most notably edge colorings that may be subject to various constraints. In modern times, many open problems in algebraic graph theory deal with the relation between chromatic polynomials and their graphs. Applications for solved problems have been found in areas such as computer science, information theory, and complexity theory. Many day-to-day problems, like minimizing conflicts and scheduling, are also equivalent to graph colorings. Graph coloring is a process of assigning colors to the vertices of a graph. It ensures that no two adjacent vertices of the graph are colored with the same color. Chromatic number is the minimum number of colors required to properly color any graph. The chromatic number of a graph is the minimum number of colors needed to produce a proper coloring of a graph. In our scheduling example, the chromatic number of the graph would be the minimum number of time slots needed to schedule the meetings, so there are no time conflicts. T's scheduling example is a simple example, so we can find the chromatic number of the graph just using inspection. If we start by coloring vertex A with the color red, then we can see that vertices B and C must be a different color than this since they share an edge with A. Furthermore, B and C also share an edge, so they have to be different colors as well, say blue and green. The only vertex left is D, and we see that it shares an edge with both B and C, so it can't be blue or green, but it does not share an edge with it, so it can be red. Graph coloring. Graph coloring problem is to assign colors to certain elements of a graph subject to certain constraints. Vertex coloring is the most common graph coloring problem. The problem is, given m colors, find the way of coloring the vertices of a graph such that no two adjacent vertices are colored using same color. The other graph coloring problems like edge coloring, no vertex is incident to two edges of same color, and face coloring, geographical map coloring, can be transformed into vertex coloring. Chromatic number, the smallest number of colors needed to color a graph G is called its chromatic number.